Every tap, scroll, and notification seems harmless, but your heart may be paying the price. Modern life keeps us glued to screens for work, news, and entertainment. Yet few realize that this constant digital exposure is silently reshaping how our hearts function. Studies now show that spending long hours in front of screens doesn't just affect your eyes or posture, it can raise blood pressure, disturb sleep, trigger stress hormones, and increase your risk of heart disease. In this video, you'll discover what science says about the link between screen time and heart health, how your body reacts to digital overload, and these simple doctor-approved ways to protect your heart in a tech-driven world. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. The hidden link between screen time and heart disease. You check your phone first thing in the morning and last thing before bed. But have you ever wondered what all that screen time is quietly doing to your heart? We tend to think of heart disease as a result of diet, cholesterol, or genetics. Yet today, doctors are adding a new, surprising risk factor: excessive screen time. The average adult now spends over 7 hours a day looking at digital devices. That constant exposure doesn't just keep your mind busy, it keeps your cardiovascular system under low-grade stress. Sitting for long periods slows circulation, reduces oxygen delivery, and raises resting blood pressure. Meanwhile, endless alerts and information overload trigger your body's stress response again and again. Inside your body, every ping or flash of light triggers a small burst of adrenaline and cortisol, stress hormones meant to prepare you for danger. Your heart beats a little faster, your blood vessels tighten, and blood pressure spikes, even if you're just reading emails. Over time, these microbursts add up. Chronic cortisol elevation increases inflammation, stiffens arteries, and makes it harder for your heart to relax. Combine that with hours of sitting, which reduces leg muscle contractions that help pump blood, and you create a perfect storm for hypertension and sluggish circulation. Dr. Francisco Lopez Jimenez, a cardiologist at the Mayo Clinic, explains, screen time is not inherently dangerous, but the behaviors that accompany it, physical inactivity, mental stress, and sleep disruption, collectively harm cardiovascular health. A landmark 2021 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that adults who spent more than 6 hours daily on screens had double the risk of cardiovascular events compared with those who limited their usage to 2 hours or less, even after adjusting for exercise and diet. Real-world example: take Ben, a 46-year-old software engineer who sat behind a computer for up to 10 hours a day. Though he jogged twice a week, his blood pressure and cholesterol crept higher every year. His doctor explained that long, uninterrupted screen sessions kept his heart rate elevated and his muscles inactive for most of the day. When Ben started taking 5-minute walking breaks each hour and silenced unnecessary notifications, his resting heart rate dropped from 82 to 68 beats per minute in 6 weeks. How to fix it practice. It's safely follow the 20-22 rule. Every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away and move for 2 minutes. Use posture breaks. Stand, stretch your calves, and roll your shoulders to reactivate circulation. Silence non-urgent notifications. Reduce the heart-startling spikes that come with constant alerts. Set time boundaries. Limit recreational screen use after dinner. Your heart and mind need downtime before sleep. Screens themselves don't kill. The stillness and stress behind them do. Every hour away from your device is an hour your heart gets to breathe freely again. Balance your digital life, and your heart will reward you with steadier beats and calmer days. How screens trigger stress hormones that raise blood pressure. Every time your phone lights up, your brain reacts as if something urgent just happened, even when it's just a harmless notification. And your heart? It jumps into action too. Your cardiovascular system is designed to handle short bursts of stress, not constant stimulation. But our screen-heavy lifestyles keep that fight-or-flight switch turned on all day long. Each ping, text, or breaking news alert releases stress hormones that raise blood pressure, speed up heart rate, and strain blood vessels. When this happens dozens or even hundreds of times per day, it quietly conditions your body to live in a state of alert. And that's where real danger begins. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel anxious. It remodels your heart and blood vessels over time, setting the stage for hypertension and even heart rhythm problems. Inside your body, when you see a notification, your brain's amygdala, the emotional control center, fires off signals to the hypothalamus, which then activates your sympathetic nervous system. This releases adrenaline and cortisol into your bloodstream. Adrenaline constricts arteries, forcing your heart to pump harder. Cortisol increases blood sugar and retains sodium, which raises blood volume and pressure. In short, your body prepares for battle, even if you're only checking social media. When this happens repeatedly, the arteries lose elasticity, the inner lining, endothelium, becomes inflamed, and your resting blood pressure gradually rises. Over months or years, this sustained hormonal stress response can lead to arterial stiffness, left ventricular hypertrophy, thickened heart muscle, and chronic hypertension. Dr. Insight. Dr. Herbert Benson of Harvard Medical School explains, the stress response was designed for survival, not for screens. When it's activated constantly by digital stimulation, it keeps the cardiovascular system on high alert, wearing down its resilience. A recent American Heart Association study found that people who experienced frequent digital interruptions throughout the day had 30% higher average cortisol levels and higher evening blood pressure compared to those who limited notifications. Real-world example, consider Lily, 39, a manager who receives hundreds of emails daily. Her smartwatch recorded frequent spikes in heart rate during work hours, sometimes exceeding 100 beats per minute, even while sitting. After she silenced non-essential alerts, checked emails only 3 times per day, and practiced 2-minute deep breathing breaks, her blood pressure normalized within a month. She didn't change her diet. She simply gave her nervous system a break. How to fix it? Practice it safely. Batch notifications. Turn off non-urgent alerts and check messages on your schedule. Follow the 60-second reset. When your heart races after a stressful message, close your eyes and take 6 slow breaths, exhaling longer than you inhale. Use sound wisely. Choose softer, less jarring tones for calls and alarms. Set boundaries. Avoid news or work notifications within 1 hour of bedtime. It keeps cortisol active through the night. Your heart can't tell the difference between a real threat and a phone alert. Every time you react with tension, your cardiovascular system takes the hit. Protect it by calming your response, controlling notifications, and giving your body permission to stand down. Blue light, sleep loss, and nighttime heart strain. You might think scrolling before bed helps you relax, but to your heart, that glowing screen is a signal to stay awake and stay alert. When night falls, your body depends on darkness to trigger melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain and heart it's time to rest. But blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs blocks that signal. Instead of slowing down, your cardiovascular system stays in day mode. Heart rate remains elevated, blood pressure doesn't dip, and the body misses the crucial recovery window that keeps arteries healthy. Chronic sleep loss from late-night screen use raises risks of hypertension, arrhythmia, and even heart attack. Doctors now call it one of the most underestimated heart stressors of modern life. Inside your body, here's what's happening inside. Blue light activates specialized cells in your eyes that send daylight signals to your brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, the master clock. This suppresses melatonin and delays your sleep cycle. Without melatonin, your parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for rest and repair, never fully engages. Meanwhile, cortisol stays high, keeping your blood vessels constricted. Your heart rate doesn't drop by the usual 10 to 15 beats per minute that healthy sleepers experience at night. Over time, this non-dipping pattern becomes chronic, a dangerous sign of developing hypertension. And when you sleep less than 6 hours due to blue light exposure or late-night viewing, your body produces more inflammatory molecules like C-reactive protein, CRP, a biomarker linked to arterial damage and plaque buildup. Dr. Insight, Dr. Stephen Lockley, a sleep expert from Harvard Medical School, explains, even small amounts of blue light before bed can shift your body clock by hours. You may feel like you're resting, but biologically your heart and brain think it's still daytime. A 2022 study in the European Heart Journal found that people exposed to artificial light during sleep, including light from TV or phone notifications, had a 25% higher risk of developing high blood pressure and heart disease over 5 years. Real-world example. Take Martin, 52, who used to scroll through his phone before bed as a way to decompress. He often fell asleep with his screen still glowing. After a health check revealed elevated nighttime blood pressure, his doctor advised a strict digital sunset, no screens an hour before bed, and use of blue light filters after dark. Within 3 weeks, his sleep improved, his morning pulse slowed by 12 beats per minute, and his energy levels soared. How to fix it practice. It safely avoid screens 60 minutes before sleep. If unavoidable, enable night mode or use blue light blocking glasses. Dim household lights after sunset. Switch to warm amber tones. Keep your bedroom completely dark. Even standby LEDs or hallway lights can suppress melatonin. Let your eyes and heart rest together. Read a physical book, meditate, or listen to soothing music instead of scrolling. Your heart needs darkness to recover. Every night you spend under glowing screens, your cardiovascular system misses its reset cycle. Turn the light off and give your heart the darkness it needs to heal. Sedentary screen habits and circulation problems. You may be sitting still while scrolling, but inside your body, your blood flow is slowing, your vessels are tightening, and your heart is quietly struggling to keep up. Screens don't just steal your attention, they steal your movement. The more time you spend sitting, the less your muscles contract to help pump blood back to your heart. This sluggish circulation leads to fluid buildup in your legs, reduced oxygen delivery, and higher blood pressure. Researchers have found that long periods of sitting, often driven by digital work or entertainment, can increase the risk of heart disease by up to 147%. It's not just the lack of exercise, it's the loss of circulatory rhythm that your body depends on throughout the day. Inside your body, here's what happens under the surface. When you sit for hours, blood pools in your legs, veins expand, and less oxygen reaches your heart and brain. The drop in circulation makes your blood thicker, forcing your heart to pump harder. Meanwhile, physical inactivity triggers insulin resistance and raises triglyceride levels, two key drivers of plaque formation in arteries. Sitting for extended periods also reduces nitric oxide production, a molecule that keeps vessels relaxed and blood pressure stable. Without it, arteries stiffen and inflammation increases, creating the same type of internal strain seen in early heart disease. Dr. Francisco Lopez Jimenez from the Mayo Clinic notes, the heart is a muscle, it thrives on movement. Prolonged sitting signals the body to shut down its circulatory system, much like idling a car engine all day. Over time, it wears out. According to a 2021 Circulation Journal study, people who sat for more than 8 hours daily but exercised less than 150 minutes per week had the highest cardiovascular risk, even when their diet was healthy. Real-world example, consider Laura, 55, who worked remotely and often sat 10 hours a day between meetings and streaming shows. Her legs felt heavy, and her blood pressure crept upward despite medication. Her doctor recommended a movement snack every 30 minutes, standing, stretching, or walking for 2 minutes. Within a month, her energy improved, and her blood pressure dropped from 138/88 to 122/78. Simple movement restored circulation her heart had been missing. How to fix it practice. It safely follow the 30-3 rule. Every 30 minutes, move for at least 3 minutes, walk, stretch, or stand. Use reminders. Set phone or smartwatch alerts to cue mini breaks. Try movement stacking. Pair small motions with screen habits, stand during calls, stretch while watching videos. Keep your feet flat and posture tall. Poor alignment restricts blood flow and increases pressure on the chest and spine. Your heart depends on movement to stay alive. Each hour spent sitting silently teaches it to work harder with less support. Move often, even for a minute, because every heartbeat you save through movement is one that carries you stronger into tomorrow. Digital overload, anxiety, and irregular heartbeats. You may think scrolling helps you unwind, but every swipe and headline can quietly speed up your heartbeat, sometimes in dangerous ways. Constant digital stimulation keeps your brain and your heart in a state of hyper-alertness. Every breaking news alert, intense video, or social media argument floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. These stress hormones make your heart beat faster, your blood vessels constrict, and your blood pressure rise. Doctors are now warning that digital anxiety can cause real cardiovascular symptoms, from palpitations and chest tightness to irregular heart rhythms. For people already living with hypertension or arrhythmia, this constant emotional triggering can worsen the condition without them realizing why. Inside your body, when you feel anxious from an online trigger, the brain's limbic system activates, releasing stress chemicals into your bloodstream. This causes sympathetic overdrive, a state where your body prepares for fight or flight. Your heart begins beating irregularly as electrical signals fire too rapidly in the atria, upper chambers. If this continues frequently, the heart's natural pacemaker can become unstable, leading to premature beats or even atrial fibrillation, AFib, in vulnerable individuals. At the same time, high cortisol levels reduce heart rate variability, HRV, a key sign of how well your heart adapts to stress. Low HRV means your heart is stuck in overdrive, unable to fully relax between beats. Dr. Parveen Garg, cardiologist at the University of Southern California, explains, emotional stress from digital overload activates the same physiological pathways as fear or anger in real life. The more time you spend online, the more often your cardiovascular system is triggered into emergency mode. A 2023 European Journal of Preventive Cardiology study found that heavy social media users who reported frequent stress or anger episodes were 60% more likely to experience palpitations or arrhythmia symptoms than those who limited use to less than 1 hour per day. Real-world example, meet Aaron, 43, who worked in finance and checked market updates late into the night. Every sudden price alert caused an instant heart jolt. Over time, he began feeling skipped beats and fluttering in his chest. After his cardiologist recommended digital fasting, after 8 p.m., mindfulness breathing before bed, and replacing doom scrolling with reading, his episodes nearly disappeared. His follow-up ECG showed stable rhythm and lower resting pulse, proof that calm, not caffeine, had healed his heart. How to fix it: practice it safely, set emotional boundaries. Avoid stressful online content after work hours. Silence push alerts, especially news or social media updates that create urgency. Practice digital mindfulness. When reading something stressful, pause and take 3 deep breaths before reacting. Replace doom scrolling with soothing content, calming music, nature videos, or guided relaxation. If you feel palpitations, close your eyes and breathe slowly for 1 minute. This activates the vagus nerve and helps your heartbeat stabilize. Your heart can't tell the difference between real-life danger and digital drama. Every anxious scroll keeps it racing when it should be resting. Protect your rhythm, not just your feed, and give your heart the calm it was designed to feel. Doctor-approved screen hygiene. How to protect your heart in a digital world. You can't escape screens, but you can protect your heart from them. The goal isn't to quit technology, it's to use it without letting it use you. Screens have become part of modern survival, for work, connection, and information. But constant exposure, multitasking, and endless notifications keep your body under chronic stress. That means your cardiovascular system is always on. Elevated heart rate, high cortisol, poor sleep, and mental fatigue quietly stack up, the exact conditions that age the arteries and weaken the heart. That's why cardiologists now talk about digital heart hygiene, a new health routine that balances the benefits of technology with heart protective habits. Inside your body, when you consciously limit screen time, you interrupt the feedback loop of tension and adrenaline that keeps your sympathetic nervous system active. The more control you take, silencing alerts, creating screen-free zones, and taking breaks, the more often your parasympathetic rest and repair system engages. Within minutes, your heart rate drops, blood vessels dilate, and nitric oxide levels rise, improving circulation and oxygen flow. Over weeks, this simple self-regulation lowers average blood pressure, reduces fatigue, and restores emotional calm. Dr. Megan McCarthy, behavioral cardiologist at the Cleveland Clinic, notes, technology isn't the enemy. The problem is how relentlessly it demands our attention. Setting limits gives your heart the signal that it's safe to rest again. A 2022 JAMA Network Open study found that adults who practice structured screen hygiene, digital breaks every 2 hours, no phone use 60 minutes before bed, and designated tech-free zones saw a 17% reduction in resting heart rate and significant drops in self-reported stress within 1 month. Real-world example, Maria, 49, spent most of her day toggling between work emails, social media, and streaming news. Her doctor noticed rising blood pressure and constant tension headaches. She started a digital heart plan, checking email only 3 times daily, turning off push notifications, and leaving her phone outside the bedroom. Within 3 weeks, she felt calmer, slept better, and her blood pressure fell from 136/88 to 120/78 millimeters of mercury. Her heart finally had room to breathe. How to fix it? Practice it safely. Schedule tech breaks. Every 2 hours, step away from screens for at least 10 minutes. Use grayscale mode. Dull colors reduce the brain's craving for stimulation. Create screen-free zones. Keep devices out of the dining area and bedroom. Set a digital curfew. Power down 1 hour before bed to protect melatonin and heart rhythm. Be intentional online. Ask yourself, do I need to see this now? Before opening an app. Healthy screen habits protect more than your eyes. They protect your heart's rhythm, resilience, and recovery. The power is in your hands, not just to scroll, but to pause, breathe, and give your heart a digital rest it desperately deserves. Daily digital detox routine for a healthy heart. Imagine if just one simple daily routine could lower your blood pressure, calm your nerves, and restore your heart's natural rhythm without medication. That's the power of a digital detox done the right way. Your heart is built for rhythm, activity, recovery, and rest. But today's 24/7 digital lifestyle robs it of that balance. Every beep, buzz, and blue glow keeps your nervous system wired in on mode. Over time, this constant stimulation raises blood pressure, increases resting heart rate, and blunts the natural nighttime recovery your heart depends on. The goal isn't to live without screens, it's to create a daily pattern where your technology supports your health instead of silently sabotaging it. This doctor-approved detox routine trains your brain and your heart to rest and recover again. Morning. Start the day with light, not screens. Your heart wakes up with the sun, not the screen. Checking your phone first thing triggers cortisol spikes before you even get out of bed. Instead, open the curtains immediately or step outside for 5 to 10 minutes of natural light. Morning sunlight resets your circadian rhythm, helping your heart lower blood pressure throughout the day. Wait 30 minutes before checking notifications. Give your nervous system time to wake gently. Replace doom scrolling with a 2-minute breathing routine. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. This activates the vagus nerve, your heart's calm switch. A Harvard health study found that people who avoided screens during the first hour of the day had 12% lower cortisol levels and steadier heart rates throughout the morning. Midday, move your body, not just your fingers. Hours of desk time shrink your circulation and keep your blood pressure high. Midday is the perfect moment to reset your body's rhythm. Follow the 30-3 rule. Every 30 minutes, move for 3 minutes, stand, stretch, or walk. Eat lunch screen-free. Mindful eating slows your pulse, aids digestion, and allows your cardiovascular system to recover. Use posture resets. Keep feet flat, shoulders relaxed, and avoid crossing legs. Small postural shifts improve blood flow and oxygen delivery to the heart. A 2022 circulation study showed that just 3 daily movement snacks reduce systolic blood pressure by up to 6 points in adults with sedentary jobs. Evening, transition from digital to calm. As sunset approaches, your heart should begin to rest, but evening screen use keeps cortisol elevated and delays melatonin. Here's how to fix that. Set a digital sunset time, 1 hour before bed. All devices go off. Switch lights to warm tones or candlelight to cue melatonin release. Engage your body in stillness. Light yoga, a slow walk, or stretching. These promote vasodilation, widening of blood vessels, which helps lower blood pressure before sleep. Replace scrolling with gratitude journaling. Writing down 3 things you appreciate lowers stress hormones and increases oxytocin, a heart-friendly hormone that relaxes arteries. Night. Reconnect with rest. Your heart heals most between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., the golden window of cardiovascular recovery, but only if you let it. Keep your room dark, cool, and quiet, 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. Avoid TV or phone in bed. Even brief glances at bright light can spike alertness and raise nighttime blood pressure. Try a breathing ritual. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold 2, exhale for 6. Repeat for 5 minutes. Studies show this can lower heart rate by 10 beats per minute in just 1 week. Dr. Michael Twerry of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute explains, sleep is when the cardiovascular system resets itself. Protecting that window from digital intrusion is one of the most powerful heart-saving habits. Doctor's takeaway. If your phone tracks your heart rate, use it wisely, not obsessively. Aim for balance. Let data guide you, not control you. Technology can be part of healing when used with awareness and limits. Your heart thrives when your world slows down. Start it in each day with rhythm, not rush. A consistent digital detox routine doesn't disconnect you from life. It reconnects you with your body's natural calm. Your heart heals faster than you think when you give it calm, rest, and rhythm, not just from sleep, but from silence. Conclusion. Your heart isn't just affected by what you eat or how you move. It's shaped by how you live in today's digital world. Every notification, every late-night scroll, every hour of sitting in front of a glowing screen adds a small weight to your heart's workload. But here's the good news. Those same habits can be reversed, starting right now. By setting limits, taking breaks, dimming screens at night, and giving your heart time to rest, you restore its natural rhythm, calm, steady, and strong. Technology should serve your life, not steal it. When you reclaim quiet moments away from your screen, you give your heart the peace it needs to keep beating faithfully for years to come. Like this video to spread awareness. Subscribe for more doctor-approved tips for a healthier heart. Share this message with someone who spends too much time online. It could change their heart health forever. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Thanks for watching.